All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at the market today. I already posted the swing days and the hours around 2 a.m. my time. So they're already in the members area, as you can see. Now here we've got a good impulse wave on Friday, as you know, with gold. And gold last week was like really, really up our alley, both the highs selling and both the lows buying, also buying here as well on Friday, which normally I don't trade on Friday, but that was pretty much on the dot when I was opening up the screen, when I opened up the screen to take a look at the market. So what to do with gold? Now, the gold, as you can see on the monthly, we're still in that sideways motion. So the market does have potential to come down. The world also doesn't want to see gold, well, at least the West doesn't, because they're just making China and Russia richer with the gold. So there might be some selling pressure from the highs into the lows. On the other hand, you can see here, whoopsie daisy, you can see here, all right, that we do have a nice break, okay, which actually closed below that. So there is a bit of selling possibility from the highs as well. Now we are in the middle of this zone here on the weekly, but on the daily, as you can see, we're breaking structure downwards, right? So we've got lower highs and lower lows. So selling the highs of the channel at Astro hours and swing days is not a bad idea. So Monday, Tuesday, and the other swing day I noted on the members area are okay, I think, as targets and places where we can pretty much start the move. So if the market does come up into that zone, I've already marked it in, that's going to be between 2044 and 47. So if the market does go up and then sell from here, okay, it's like kind of logical. Okay, it is kind of logical. Also, if you take a look at this setup here, all right. We've got even highs, pretty much even, obviously not exact. Okay, but you see the market's taken out the stops, pushed it down lower, and then going back up again, kind of like, like taking out everybody, and also moving towards the top of that channel. So this zone, I think, is a nice zone to sell and to use as a target to get to in order to sell. So what does that mean? It means that we can actually come back down. Okay, we can come down in order to go up there and then sell from there. Right. So Monday can be a nice place to start, to go up into Tuesday and then sell off. All right. Or we can muck around on Monday, Tuesday, go up. All right. So from the highs without retracement, just muck around here and then go up and then sell off. Now, there are some good hours to trade today. One of them is pretty much the hours I put are okay. 10:35 between actually 9:35. Okay, so 9:35 to 10:35 my time in the morning. And then in the New York session as well, we've got 2:30, 4:25, and 5:30. Those are good to actually catch a move which should carry on towards 8 o'clock in the evening. Okay, it should like kind of be pushy to 8 o'clock, but be mindful at 7:45 to 8, because there the market might be, stalling or looking for a reversal and so on. So if it's a specific target, just be mindful there. All right, and that's how it is for gold. Because I don't have much stuff happening in towards the closing. So yeah. Also this week, Thursday, Wednesday, and Thursday are going to be interesting. So you might also want to, be a bit more prudent this week. But we should have some decent trades in as well. All right. So yeah. Let's move forward. All right, so with gold, if we come down into the Astro hours, buying is okay to retest the highs and go into the PST levels. And if we're up here at Astro hours, selling is okay. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Let's start with the weekly since it's a new week. Now remember, with the euro dollar, we want to pull back into this zone. Okay, so as the market is going up and down, up and down. We want to take advantage of those swing moves as well because we're day trading. If you want to do swing trading as well, that's fine. You can still do that with the ATAM strategy. If you put your technical analysis right, it should be just working fine for you. Now all you have to do is start selling from the highs. As you can see on the monthly as well, we're in this breach, right? This is February, right? We're like in this breach. It hasn't broken really the price, but you see where the PST level is. The lowest PST was 47.05. 49.31 is the support on the PST, but it's been like kind of breaching it there, as you can see this month. So also this is coinciding nicely in the fact that I actually want to push the euro dollar down into a place where we can kind of like hop back in, and that's going to be at least below the 37.5 there. So we'd like to see it at least there, but I do have the possibility there is also that it can come back a little bit more down as well. But this 37 zone is also, maybe I should mark it in here. All right, so this is the zone as well. All right, so I'd love to get back into this zone, and then we can look for a trend reversal as well. Then we can actually swing trade it from here. So if you want to sell, it's logical in my opinion. Any pull up to sell is okay. 56 on the daily is 0828. So let's check that out on the 15-minute. 0828 is pretty much this zone here. All right. 0828. So this is actually where they sold off, is it? Pretty much looks like it. Okay. The opening here, as you can see, is just there, the white line. Let me turn this into, let's do this. So here we are on the euro dollar as well. All right, so this is, the market fell from here. As you can see, this is kind of like a consolidation sideways market. So we want to be trading the tops or the bottoms. Okay. And that's how it should be. So you don't want to be mucking around in the middle of nowhere. Let's just turn this into, just bear with me. Come on. Properties. Scale fix. Here we are. Okay. This is, as you can see, going sideways. So on the daily, if we have a pull up into this zone, 1843 into this zone, I think it's sellable from here as well. Okay, and that's fine. And last week, as you know, where the market was up here, it was an Astro hour as well. So a lot of people also sold from the top there as well. And also going up there was like nice and easy. So this zone, I think at Astro hours is still sellable. All right, in that zone there. It'll take out the stops, put us into that supply zone, and pretty much this is where all the volume hit last week for the sell-off. So going back up there to retest, I think is okay, and that allows us to then follow this into that direction. Okay, let's take a look at the SP 500 now. On the SP 500, let's do this on the monthly. As you can see, let me just put this back in perspective because the platform crashed the other day. By the way, you can change your template if you're using the ATAM strategy. You can muck around with it. As you can see, I like to keep it nice and simple. I only have my price indicator there, and that's basically it. So as you can see, the trend is still up and it's going up, and that's fine. We don't mind following that. Let's take a look at the weekly as well. So we don't need to go against the grain. If there's a decent pullback, we can go in. But we also want to keep in mind the Astro hours, because remember, on Friday as well, let's take a look at that. On Friday as well, at the Astro hours, the market sold down. It went up at the Astro hours. They sold off in between that zone in there. So That's how it is. Now, if the market does come back down again, okay, into the daily or into the weekly at Astro hours, going up again is not a bad idea. We have a bit of a zone here as well. So it's all a matter of basically the Astro hours. All right, so the market can pick up from here, go higher. Let's see where it can get to. We've got that 73 level there, which is 5,139. So 5,139 now is going to be a target. So this is the nice thing about the 80 AM indicator, because you got a target. You're on all-time highs, right? And at all-time highs, like, people don't know where we're going. So understanding that we've got 5,119, 5,162, and most importantly, that PST level there is like important. This is a good buy kiss zone, 55, 5,016. 5,016 is all the way down here. All right, 5,016. And this is actually where that gap is. So coming into 5,016 is also relevant for us. Okay, so now what I can do is take this and push it in there. All right, so this is going to be like a zone for us to think about. All right, so this is a nice place as well. If the market comes down, we can think about going long as well. Same with this zone here. All right, the daily and the second daily plus the weekly zone, as the market still has room to go. Okay, as we go up and up, we want to be a bit more careful and make sure we're on top of our game, because we're like on all-time highs. Okay, so it's the reason the market's going high is because we are before the US election year. Oh, this is an election year, so they'll want to pump it up, push it up as best they can, and then kind of as things start to dawn on them, they'll pull it back in again. So on the weekly, we've got 71 and 69, which we could retrace into, which is 5,005 and 22. So 5,005 and 5,022, as you can see, is right in there. Okay, they're both here. 5,005. Let's just do this. All right, and 5,022, which is going to be just there. All right, so this zone is pretty good. We can also now do this. Okay, so this is our zone. All right, this is a nice kill zone on the PST as well, as you can see. All right, so on the daily plus on the weekly, if we dip down. Now on the weekly, we also have this LCL1, which is 5,209. So we can also put that on there. Let me just, it is on scale fix. Let's do this. 5,209. Okay. So obviously, like I said, having these targets is nice and easy, just at the touch of a button, so we know where we're going. All right. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin and see how they pan out. Now, if you take a look at NASDAQ, let's take a look. It's a new week. We're on NASDAQ here as well. That's nice to see. Now, this, if you take a look at NASDAQ as well, we've got today and tomorrow can be a swing day on this one. And let's just template this into a nice weekly. Here we are. All right, so we've got a bit of resistance where, right on that 73.76. So they're going to be resistance. So sell levels 18,064 and 582. So 18,064. So if we end up here somewhere, 18,064. All right, this is looking like a zone where the market can sell again, and that's fine. Now this is, as you can see, Friday. All right, so Friday, big dip from there. If we go back up to retest, the market might get back into that selling mode again. Other than that, though, this is a nice impulse wave. This could turn into a distribution, as you can see, as we had even highs, stops were taken out, closed below, and then the market is down here. Now, if we go back up again, selling is not a bad idea at Astro hours. Also, if you learned financial astrology from me and you're trading NASDAQ, you can keep an eye out on NASDAQ on its, according to its personal chart as well. All right, and that's that. So what to do with this? This is the monthly. There's still room to push up as well. If it breaks above those levels, then oops, not this one. If it breaks above that level there, it still has room, as you can see, to go up because all indices are kind of going up now. You can also adjust to give you a bit of a general view. Can do that too on the monthly. All right, and that's that. On the weekly, as you can see, that's one thing. If it goes above that on the weekly, that's 73 level 1864. If it goes above that, then it's going to be a bit of a drama. Okay, because then we'll keep pushing up. But you can see there's divergence here. Okay, a lot of divergence, as you can see. So we'll see how things pan out. On the daily as well, if we come back down, then going up is a better option. 52, 17,718, 17,718 is going to be around there. All right, so it's going to be this zone here. So if the market comes back into that zone, then buying again is an option. Now you got to look out for these gaps around here. Okay, so if the market starts to come down as well, which it could do as a retracement action, okay, after last week. So if we went up in order to go back down again, it's possible. Okay, today I'm not sure about making tops, but tomorrow might be a better option, and Tuesday is a swing day for NASDAQ. So Tuesday also has some good hours where the market can pretty much trade nicely, and then also on Wednesday night we can see some nice levels as well. So Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be interesting, really, and Monday might just be the setup for it. Okay, so that's that. So looking for sells on the highs, looking for buys on the lows. You can also, if you want, let me just check out the daily. We talked about that on the daily. 69, 18,330 is going to be there. So you want to make sure you put these up here because they're going to be your targets. Okay, if the market starts to push up, you want to know where you're going. In the video, if I don't write them, just pause the video and check these numbers out here. All right, because they're possible targets. Also, the red dotted lines here, as you can see, right, 18,259, 383. So these are like okay to push up. As you can see, we're like breaking out. Okay, so once the market starts to break out, you just want to be following them through as well. As you can see, there's also, like I said, divergence here, but with a PST breakout, you don't want to stand in front of it. Okay, so following it up further is not a bad idea. Dow Jones, probably going to be the same kind of thing here as well. That's your weekly. Let's take a look. Pretty high up there, actually, on the weekly. LCL1, 39,310. Let's check it out. 39,310. 39,310 should be there. All right, so maybe just going up there to take out the stops. You're going to be looking for sells around here, okay, because it is pretty high. On the daily as well, what's that? 69 is 39,267. 39,267 is also up here. All right, so this zone, and what have I got? 73.75, 39,518, 39,518. That's your next call there. All right, so obviously indices have room to go up, but they also have room to sell as well. So come on, there we go. They also have room to sell too. If we come back into, where can we come back into? Oh, look, this is the first support there, as you can see as well. 39, what is it? 096. 39,096. 39,096 is right there, guys. As you can see, that's where the market took the first support. So those PST levels, as you can see, are working pretty good. Okay, so you've got the impulse waves, market moving down. So following back up again is good. Just keep an eye out for the weekly levels, because the market, when they want to go up, they like to pull down in order to go up. If they're going to short, they'll go up first and then short it down. So, going up into that zone on the daily and then selling off is an option. For Dow Jones as well, Monday's a swing day, so be careful. Bitcoin, here we are on the weekly chart. Okay, so for the past few weeks, as you guys know, I said this is a sell zone, so I wouldn't want to be buying around here. If you're doing intraday trading on the pullbacks, you can obviously. So one of those pullbacks is going to be 75, which is 50,540. 50,000, let's do this. 550,540 is there. As you can see, if it comes back down. Last week as well, what did I say? I said, guys, buy the lower end, okay, and sell the upper end. So if you've been doing that, you should be okay, right? Because this is Saturday, Sunday, this is Monday. So if you once again bought Saturday and also Friday, look, the lows on Friday, Saturday, the market's been buying up into the longer range. So it's going sideways. So you don't want to muck around anywhere. You just want to buy the lows and sell the highs at Astro hours. And that's basically it. All right. Now with this as well, let's get rid of this now. Turn this into a 1 hour chart. As you can see, we're in this distribution zone. All right. So until this breaks out, we're still in this distribution, and this could pretty much push stuff down. Okay, so the market went up, came back down, took stops out, came back down again. We haven't broken below this. So once we break below this, as you can see though, they've taken out the stops with this one. Okay, remember? Let me get rid of this one. Now look, the stops are all out and the market is kind of like pushing upwards. Okay, pushing upwards. So up again, come down, up again, break down, up again, push down is an option. All right. So selling the highs at Astro hours is not a bad idea. Okay. At these levels. On the other hand, you can argue that the market is going in a rectangle, and we are in an uptrend. That is for sure. We are in an uptrend. Okay. But like I said, this zone is a tricky zone. So if you want to buy, just do it on the right spots, which are like, for example, 51.19. So we've got that. And a minute ago, I think that was 540, right? 540 there. And on the daily, you can see that 60.51, which is 51 there. All right, 51,000. $20 right there. So there's a bit of opportunity to buy there and there, and that's 75 there, 5,540. So that's where that comes from, 5,540. So that's the daily, that's the weekly. And on the monthly, as you can see, we've done the targets there, so it's all good. So coming back down is also an option on this one. So if you want to sell the highs, it's also doable at 84 and 84 and slightly above that we don't have. So it's 56,454. This is, as you know, the gap on the monthly, and 56, well, it's way, way up there. It's around up there, okay? But if it breaks above that in any case, it'll push up. So what you want to do, it's a new week, so buying the low is okay, buying and selling the high is also okay at 56,455 or around there. All right, that's that.